Hello friends, welcome back to another Bitcoin technical analysis episode, and the gloves are off. I'm Rocky Outcrop, this is going to be Bitcoin, and let's just take a look at the charts, dive on in straight away, let's just do it. So here we are in the 4-hour chart, and I'll just close this panel in a second, but the current price is 9,910 as you can see there. Now I'll just get rid of that, and it's interesting to see that price is 9,910 because it puts it just above this 9,860 or so level that we've been keeping an eye out for. And as you can see here, in the last sort of few 4-hour periods that we've been battling around this area. So that's good to see that the price is above there currently. However, I would like to point out that the CMEs will be opening back up this evening, of course. I think it's at 11 p.m. GMT, Universal Time, whatever. But when that happens, in and around that time of that happening, then there's always the chance of there being a gap on the chart. So if I just go over to the 24-hour chart and look at the CMEs here, you can see that prices anything above 9,830 and below 9,600 are going to result in a gap on the CME charts. And of course there's a premium of $100 or so, which means that anything on spot prices, and of course Bitstamp spot, so anything on the spot prices that you're looking at are going to be above 9,000, say if it's at 9,800, then you could quite likely have a gap here on the charts, and if it's at 9,300, 400 or so, then you'd have a gap on the charts down below. So it wouldn't take an awful lot of price movement to get a gap to show up. And what we really want to see happening with the CMEs over this coming week is for the prices to establish themselves up above this green line here. And what is that green line, you might ask? Well, that green line there is coming all the way over from the left, all the way, and it's the 382 of the all-time highs to the all-time lows on CMEs chart for Bitcoin. So really, that's a sort of crucial area that we'd like to see. It seems to jump around here on this chart. I don't know what I just saw happening there. It seemed to be that all the lines were moving there. I guess it's this auto thing. But anyway, yeah, so this is what we'll be looking to see if the prices can maintain themselves above this area here. And if we get a gap in around 9,800 or so, I anticipate that would probably be filled quite quickly. But I'd look out for a little bit of volatility, I suppose, this evening on one of those, or tonight, one of those weekends where the Sunday actually seems to, the midnight on Sunday seems to actually have an impact on the prices. Well, we'll see overall. But currently, anyway, you actually know, if we go down to the 4-hour chart here, you can see I used to have a Fibonacci. Yesterday's video, I think, or the day before, we drew in a Fibonacci from the top here down to the bottom here, and we can see that it's actually served its purpose more or less. We don't need this, so that's why I got rid of it off the charts. I think it just causes a bit too much noise, because as you can see, the bottom part of it in here has got 3 or 4 different confluence factors here, such as the 2382 Fibonacci retracements there, and these horizontal supports and whatever, and of course the 200 simple coming in around there. And then in terms of the 25, well, or the 236, sorry, you're looking at, well, if the prices broke down below here, then you'd be looking at continuation of this trend, and it would be more lower lows. So really, it's kind of not necessary. And to the upside, you can see that it got close enough, it's close enough to the 618, and then retraced back down from there. So I'm curious as to see how things pan out over the actual working week here. But I don't think that this Fibonacci retracement is serving us any real purpose other than to show us the factors of confluence that we already know exist on the charts anyway. So let's just keep an eye out for that. As the price drops down towards the 9,000 level again, could be back into that 9,800 or so by the time I finish this video, who knows. But to the upside, the target first off is of course where this white serrated line is, and that's at that 10k level that we're looking to see the prices. If we can get up there, then we want to establish that as support. So we'll see how that pans out. And of course on the downside, then we're looking towards where this 55 simple is and the 21 exponential here, the yellow one's 21, and around that 9,700 up to 9,800 or so level, where it's a zone of potential support here. So we really don't want to be breaking down below either of those two areas, and if we do, then we could look towards more downside on this downward trend. But I would say that there's been some bullish divergence, so positive, between the two lows here. So if this is the downtrend, you've got this low here, you can see across the board that we've got bullish divergence there. So it's a question of whether this plays out and is able to break this structure by creating a new high high here, which should of course be going up towards the 10,200s area, or if indeed this will just continue on and we'll continue to get more lower lows and lower highs. So that's where we're looking really currently, and I think that sums up Bitcoin for today on Sunday, the 23rd. So thank you so much. I'm not a financial advisor, none of this is financial advice, but I am your friend, and I'm really glad that you subscribed to this channel. That's really, really great. Yesterday I was asking for if we could like push towards 50, and we managed to push up into the 60s, so that's just amazing. So thank you so much for liking and subscribing. It really lets me know that this is valuable content that's worth putting out there. So thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.